No yawning, Lewis.
There's a pre-show yawn. That's okay.
No, it's not.
Perfectly acceptable.
It's a live show yawn. The very first thing they're gonna hear is you yawning like Prince Lithium.
So I'm getting it out of it. I'm getting it right out of my system. Prince Lithium.
Prince Valium. Do you know what I'm talking about? And we're live. Have you ever seen Spaceballs, Lewis?
Yeah, a long time ago.
Okay.
I remember.
I don't even know why I try with you. I really don't.
The
know
giant Darth Vader helmet is what I remember.
Yeah.
Rick Moranis. I pulled an actor's name out of my.
I can't believe. I'm stunned that you
brain.
actually remembered an actor's name. Yeah, Rick Moranis is he disappeared for a long time. He's acting again, I hear. But there is a princess that's supposed to get married in Spaceballs, and the prince's name is Prince Valium, and he's like this just really like boring sleepy guy who can't stop yawning all the time.
Was this actually in the movie, or was this in the Mad Magazine version of the movie?
No, it's like it's in the first 15 minutes of the movie.
Really?
Yeah. Let's see if we got any. I got to change my setup here. I can barely see the freaking chat, of course. Let's move this over here. Oh, that's a little bit better. So if you guys are chatting, I can't see you yet, but I'm sure it will start coming up pretty soon. Lewis, I think we should just go ahead and just dive right in, because I got to be walking these sweet buns of mine out the door in 50 minutes now, because it took us 45 minutes to go live. So do you want the tweet, Lewis?
I just couldn't be more excited about the tweet.
Okay.
It's impending arrival.
Oh, boy. Just don't proofread it, okay? Just don't. Whatever you do, don't proof it. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this outdated thumbnail.
Don't what it?
The thumbnail's completely outdated. We got John Tobin here. He says, hello, Govs. Oh, sorry, that's hello. Just a plain hello from John Tobin. We'll make sure the moderator boots him out of here. We got Gary Gibson here. Hi, guys. Never usually watch live. Good to see you. Oh, it's good to be seen. We're going to go ahead and just get the show rolling. We're happy that you're all joining us. And look, see, the title's bombing. No one's coming in, Lewis. The show's tanked. No one cares about the title. I should have made it more clickbaity. I told you.
Great.
I should have said the best Apple product you've never heard of is about to release. Boom. That would have brought them in. Is it true? No. But once they get here, we can explain that.
Yeah. I see you got the capital letters in there, so that's important.
We can't, John. The moderator's not here yet, but that'll give you some time to redeem yourself with the plain hello. All right, let's go ahead and get Mrs. You Know Who going, Lewis, and then we'll get started. Okay. Mrs. D. Oh, she's in a good mood. Oh yes, my little El Caney's sick. Oh yeah. Oh yes. So I've been cuddling him all weekend in my bosom. Oh, God. I'm not sure if that would make me better or worse, to be honest. Mrs. D, if you don't mind, I know you love to talk about LK. I'm happy that you guys have such a loving relationship, but we got a lot of Apple news to talk about, and I want to get this show rolling. Oh, fire away, my dear. And if you're ready, Lewis, I'll get the music queued up, and we'll get rolling.
I'll brace for the glitch.
Brace. In 3, 2. Hello, and welcome to CultCast, the best 30-plus conversation. I'm going to get that fixed. I'm your host here at Show. Join me today. He's been experimenting with attaching electrical current to a variety of poles and prods so he can better reach the Cult of Mac writers in the writing cage. He's currently using a long trident with about 200 volts of current, which has cut spelling and grammar errors by no less than 8%. He's the managing editor of Cult of Mac. Lewis Wallace is here.
Oh yeah, big week.
Yeah, why's that?
Because it's Thursday.
This week went by so fast.
Yeah, it's I don't know, man. The wife's got COVID again. It's a bounce back.
Lewis
I'm
is
once
almost
again
certain
masking in my own house.
Lewis is almost certain he has COVID, which was the signal for us to start the show. I was telling him because every week, Lewis, he gets really solemn, and at one moment he's like, "I think I have COVID."
Why is my nose bleeding?
That's normal. That's long COVID. As long as it doesn't bleed faster than you can make it, you'll be fine. comes spraying.
Keep resupplying. Yeah.
If it comes spraying out, they'll just fit you up with one of those IVs, and you'll be fine. All right. Let's just dive right in, my friends. We got a lot of stuff to talk about. We're going to be talking about what to expect from the redesigned, faster iPhone 15. Man, I'm ready for a new iPhone. I'm still on the 13 Pro. I decided not to upgrade, and my battery life is just getting shorter and shorter and shorter and shorter.
Really?
Yeah, I probably should have upgraded, but I just, there's so many other things I wanted to spend money on, and I forget exactly what had happened at the time. I was pondering a gear purchase, and I decided to keep my iPhone.
You got the watch.
That might have been it. It might have been the iPhone or the Apple Watch Ultra, which, yeah, that was it. Boy, good memory. So, and I actually think that was the wise decision. And don't worry, I just upgraded the Colt Commander, my streaming computer here, with a new HDMI input card, so I can set up an independent wrist cam. So
cannot wait for the wrist cam.
I think I might just have it right here.
The people want it.
And that way I can just, anytime we talk about the Apple Watch, I can just go bloop and switch camera angles, and you'll just have a perfect view of my wrist. How does that sound, guys? Honestly, I think it's a great idea. It's cutting-edge television. No one else is doing it.
We need an audio sting for it.
Now coming, go wrist cam. Which reminds me, we gotta record that sting. Remember I told you about it? And I don't mean us, singing the greatest hits. We got to record a CultCast promotion to bring in the tens of thousands of listeners we're going to be promoting ourselves to.
All right, yeah.
We got to do that this weekend. Lewis. Look, before we dive in, talking about great purchase decisions, let me tell you about one I think that you need to know about.
What could it be?
It really is just one of the finest products that you can buy to keep your technology, your glasses, your lenses, your cameras in tip-top shape. And, Lewis, the orders just keep coming in. The orders just keep coming
It's
in.
Unstoppable.
At this point, I wonder, are the people buying Colt Cloth, outside of our audience? Because it makes sense for our audience to continue buying it, because not everyone has purchased it yet. But the orders just keep coming in, and sometimes I don't even talk about it on the show.
Well, you know what? It's a dirty world.
That is true. TM. I'm taking that. That's a dirty world. So if you want a way to keep your television, your iPhone, your Apple Watch Ultra just sparkling clean, there is just nothing more premium grade than Colt Cloth. It's what I use on all of my gadgets and gizmos, and even now, I just cannot believe how well it works, especially our new Colt Cloth Duo, which has a dual fiber design, which means it has long fibers on one side, short fibers on the other. So it's great for cleaning screens with a little bit of that pss, 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 if you need some cleaning solution, which you don't really need. I just use my breath oftentimes. But it also has
the say about your breath
that it has the power to clean, sparkling clean, minty fresh. And it also has a long fiber side, as you can see here, which will reach down into the crevasses of your gadgets, the places that are hard to reach, the area between your iPhone and the case that surrounds it, right? Like the area that usually just becomes a latrine because you wipe off your phone with a normal Colt Cloth or normal cleaning cloth, and it pushes all that stuff into the cracks and crevices, but not with Colt Cloth. Colt Cloth reaches down into those cracks. It'll reach down right into your crack, Lewis, and make that crack sparkling clean.
Could you repeat that, please?
I think you heard me just fine. And the thing about Colt Cloth is it's made with a special process that breaks the fiber down. It breaks down the surface area, which drastically enhances its cleaning capability. I won't keep going on and on and on, but if you haven't tried it yet, I just couldn't recommend it any more highly, and it's not because I make money off it, which I do. It's because there's just nothing else like it. I have never found a product that works better than Colt Cloth, which is why I continue selling it. It really is that good. And if you want to try some for yourself, head on over to cultcloth.co. And for a limited time, you can get not one, but 2 free carry cloths with your order of $20 plus. Just use code CultCast at checkout at cultcloth.co. Cultcloth.co. Thank you for all your purchases. And I want to especially thank people who have been waiting for their orders for a while, which has happened to, I know, a number of people, like if we run out or something, and people are just sitting around waiting for their orders to ship. So I really appreciate all of you for supporting the show and supporting me. All right, Lewis, let's just dive right in. I think the first story is coming your way, isn't it?
I believe so.
Oh, yeah. Let's talk about iPhone 15, which actually is not that far away at this point. Although I am expecting a new color of the iPhone 14 to be released sometime soon. Don't you think? It's kind of time for the new color.
Yeah, where are they going to go with this time? Puce?
I'm hoping that beautiful Buster Heine bronze.
Yeah.
Keep
dreaming, baby.
If they came out with a bronze, like a metallic bronze, I actually might buy it at this point in the life cycle.
Are you kidding me? What kind of person buys an iPhone mid-cycle?
People who are not familiar with technology and don't even know what version of iPhone we're on. And they hold it and they go, is this an Android?
Oh, jeez. That's not very charitable.
Let's talk about iPhone 15 because iPhone 14 is old news.
Because it's iPhone 13.
What? Sorry, I'm reading the chat. You mean the iPhone 14 is essentially a reskinned iPhone 14?
Yes.
That's what you're saying. Yeah, and for iPhone 15, I think that that business practice is going to continue, Lewis.
Oh yeah.
So if you want to actually get a new phone that isn't just a reskin, you're going to have to pay for the Pro.
Right. Yeah. So this is basically just a rumor roundup of everything we know so far, and it's a little far out, but these things have been popping up over and over, so it seems like we got a pretty good picture of what's coming. Supposedly rounded edges instead of the square ones, which honestly can be quite painful in your hand. Right?
Well, not if you have the right case.
I know you got to put it in a case because otherwise it's like almost like holding I don't know, it just becomes dangerous.
It's way too slippery if you don't have a case. And if you want the perfect case, may I promote one
the
that
Blur
I love.
Factor 2000.
The Blur Case 5000.
Wow. There we go.
So this is a bumper case that we have here. Let's go back to that so you can actually see it. This is an actual bumper case, which is almost unheard of these days. People don't even make them anymore. But Rhino Shield does. This is the Rhino Shield crash guard, and it provides absolutely amazing protection. Like, I've dropped my phone so many times, and I don't have a scratch on it. It's never broken. And they're not super expensive. They're like $23, and it has a lot of like nice grip factor to it, because some cases are a little too slippery or they don't protect enough. And this lets you enjoy the beauty of your phone.
I like the leather.
But the leather, I hate to go on this tangent because
it's a pretty quick tangent.
It looks nice, but if you want to actually enjoy the aesthetic of your phone, that's the thing, is most cases give you a completely different look to your phone, and this one lets you actually enjoy the phone's design while still keeping it protected.
And you could see that vibrant color.
Yeah.
I couldn't have been happier to cover up the vibrant color of my mom's minivan blue phone.
That's what you got. Okay, well, that's why you decided to do that. I see, and I think that was a wise choice.
Actually, I'm sorry. I am really off it. This one's purple. It's so purple, it's almost purple.
Oh, that is the midnight, right?
No, they call it deep purple. Remember the deep purple that's not purple?
Oh, the midnight's the blue one, right?
No, I'm losing my mind. Is that right? I think it's right. Anyway, let's see.
Let's just forget that conversation ever happened.
Rounded edges. That's the main thing. So basically, after 3 years with the same design, it's going to look different this year is what we're hearing. Rounded edges, kind of like they used to have when they were more comfortable in your hand.
I was going to say this is a return to the like the iPhone 6 design.
Yep. Sounds like the lineup of sizes is going to be the same. Same sizes in regular and Pro.
Yep.
And of course, they're going to continue supposedly with the better new chip in the Pro models and the
unfortunately
last year's chip in the non-Pro models. This is one of the wilder ones I've heard, and it's a little odd to me anyway. Why the dynamic island was always, only Pro. Now, supposedly that's going to go across the entire lineup this year. So that's one reason that I think you'll want to get a new phone, because the dynamic island is kind of cool.
Yeah, it is.
I do kind of find that useful and enjoyable. Let's see. So this is the one that's divisive to me. Supposedly, the iPhone 15 Pro Max will come with a periscope lens.
And what does that even mean, Lewis?
It's funny.
I feel like you're just making that up.
I spent a lot of time looking into this morning. Like
I know you
at
actually
least
you sent me
12
a
minutes.
link, and I was like, wow, Lewis is actually doing some research this
Well,
morning.
I actually felt really stupid because I've been hearing about these periscope lenses for a while, right? I mean,
Yep.
we've heard these rumors for months and months. I always envisioned one of those pop-up camera elements
Yeah.
like certain phones have, right? That's
Mhm.
not what this is. This is just a method of using prisms or mirrors to bend the light so that you get you can achieve a better telephoto effect
Mhm.
without a long lens and without a pop-up thing. So, and several phones have these already. It's not like Apple's first to the market with something like this. Several Android models have them, and it enables a better optical zoom.
So it will enable more optical zoom with the same size lens. It sounds like.
Yeah. So I think the rumor I read latest was like maybe 6x optical zoom is what they're shooting for with the iPhone.
Dude,
Whereas
that's substantial.
yeah, well, some Androids have 10x.
And that's
already.
actual optical zoom?
Yeah.
Wow. That is
But
substantial. Yeah.
so I think the name periscope lens is a little odd, right? I mean, I just think submarine and this thing poking up out of the top. I think I was misled by the name.
I think so too. It does seem kind of a misnomer. It doesn't really sound like it represents what it represents.
Yeah,
Like
apparently
periscope lens to me makes it sound like you could use it underwater or something in some way. You know?
I think I think of like a lens that sticks out of the phone like an inch high, right? I mean, just whoop. But no, it's not good. It's basically longer telephoto without making that ridiculously large camera hump even bigger. So that'll be great. I
right.
love a good optical lens, optical zoom.
Chat's telling me to check out Ian Zelbo's tweet, and he released the iPhone 15 Pro leak. Is this hot off the press? Let's take a look. I don't. Is this a render or is this just a leak? Let me go, Ian Zelbo. Let's take a look at old Ian Zelbo.
Looking at Twitter. I worked with 95 Mac to give you the first look at iPhone 15 Pro. There it is.
Okay. Oh, there you go. Okay, so he did some work with 95 Mac. I'm not sure how I feel about that. But this is basically just a render, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
And it looks like an iPhone.
It looks like a more rounded iPhone. I like the look of that. It looks just like the normal iPhone does now, except it looks like it has softer edges. So it's still flat, but it has softer edges with the same flat design, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And it has dynamic island. I'll definitely be on iPhone 15 train, and I might actually go with the Max, Lewis. I might do it this year.
Yeah?
I think so. I'm ready for a
lifting
change.
weights?
Well, I've been lifting weights already, Lewis, so
doing
it's not gonna help me in that regard.
Hand stretches?
I am looking forward to getting some good finger stretches in so I can really get up there.
You might want to, get some finger extensions before
Is that a thing?
You go to the... Sure.
I could probably see, maybe I could go see Madonna's surgeon. He's pretty talented.
That was unnatural.
Dude, never mind. I was gonna go on a tangent, not about Madonna or anything like that, but about this video that she recently released. She did this video of promoting her new upcoming tour, and it was like a truth or dare type video, and it was a video that was similar to a production that she made when she was at the early stages of her career, and she was like playing truth or dare with like her sexy dancers, and she was like 20 something. And she just did it again to promote her new tour. But now she's like 65. And there was a scene where someone dared her to make out with Jack Black. And it happened. The scene happened. And I just couldn't help thinking to myself, as I turned my head away in horror, I was like, this is like watching someone's grandma make out with Jack Black. I mean, no offense, but not something that I think I needed to see that day. I know you're into grandma scenes like that, but I'm not.
I'm not.
And she is a grandma, right? Like, she has kids.
I don't know if she's a grandma, but
I'm almost positive she has at least one kid. Oh, I guess her kid has to have a kid. Sorry.
Yeah, that's how grandma works.
Right. But her
Yeah,
kid is older,
I
so
just
it still stands. Like I would be surprised if she didn't have grandkids at this point.
I just don't need to
Why
see
are we talking
her,
about this? I don't know.
showing her leg.
I could go on.
It's
I could go
weird.
on because the video only just got better or worse depending on who you are from there. But I will spare us the details because I have to save this from my Madonna Cast podcast that I do.
Oh, so there's still a couple other little things this rumor
Yes,
roundup.
please carry on.
I want to just finish it off before we move on.
Yeah.
Supposedly the iPhone 15 Pro and Pro Max
Yep.
might be more durable and waterproof because they'll use solid state buttons with
Yeah, man.
haptics.
I'm not sure how I feel about that. I mean, we'll see what happens. I really love a great button. I just love a good button press. I really do. And I'm not a huge fan of capacitive buttons. I like a good clicking button, and I don't want to just touch it and have a little bit of haptic feedback.
I like a good clicking button.
I like a good click. You know what I'm saying, Lewis?
A nice satisfying click. I know what you mean.
So
And the final thing we got here is at least one of the Pro models supposedly is going to use titanium.
yeah, that'll match.
Gee,
my
I would
new
be
Apple
surprised
Watch
if
Ultra.
that happened, man, a little bit, because it seems like that would be perfect to hold that for the Ultra.
Wait, sorry.
That's
Say that
supposedly
again.
coming next year.
I was
The
trying to
iPhone.
read Ian Zelbo's
Oh, not
Twitter
again.
feed. Say it again one more time.
I said I think it might be surprising if they use titanium this year because it seems like the perfect thing to hold for the iPhone Ultra that's supposedly coming next year.
I gotcha. Okay.
So I'm going to
So
repeat it again.
no. I heard you. The second time. Usually I catch you
Third
on the second
time's
time. Sometimes
you
it
know,
might require 3 or 4 times, but that's
supposedly a charm.
The first time I hear it, the second time I tune in and I think to myself, oh, I should probably be listening to this.
And then the third time, you just go ahead and say it as if it's a fresh idea.
Yeah, right. Like it was an original thought. It's like literally Inception. See how easy it is to incept me? Like in the movie, it took them like 2.5 hours to incept that one guy. They had to create like all these advanced dream sequences. For me, you could just say, I think you should split up your company. And I'm like, huh? And then you say it again, and I'm like, yeah, I think I should split up my company. Okay, so I was just reading this 9 to 5 Mac story. It pains me to say that. We have obtained exclusive renders of the upcoming iPhone 15 Pro. Okay, so this is based on a CAD model provided to 9 to 5 Mac by a reliable case manufacturer. All right, so they got it from a case manufacturer. You know, those are hit or miss. Those are hit or miss, but they have definitely been accurate in the past. And then they gave it to 3D artist Ian Zelbo. So Ian created these based off of a CAD render. A CAD model, excuse me. So this actually might be what the phone looks like. I like it. I hope they do use titanium too. It'll match the look of the Ultra. It kind of feels like Apple's kind of going towards titanium. And I kind of like the material so far. It's got like a nice gunmetal. It's like a medium color between silver and space gray. It's like not as dark as space gray. I like it. And it is definitely very strong. So this actually might be what the phone looks like. And it looks a lot like the current phone. Yeah.
Well, if they did make an iPhone titanium, would it be the same color as the watch? I don't know anything about titanium. No, I don't think I've ever owned anything made of titanium.
Well, as a level 4 metallurgist, I can tell you everything you need. Do you want to know the bend strength?
I just want to know if it would be lighter, right? More lightweight.
It should be more lightweight.
Which would be great because this thing's
although it actually
kind of heavy.
It actually might not be more lightweight, but it should be stronger than aluminum. Aluminum is not known for its strength, although it can be strong. But if you drop it, it will dent. And I think titanium would be less inclined to do that. It's more like steel. And it has like a color that is between silver and space gray, like I said. So it should be maybe the same weight, but possibly even stronger.
But these are made of steel. These Pros.
The Pros are made of steel. So then, yeah, it might actually be
quite
lighter.
Hefty.
Yeah. I was thinking of the regular iPhone, which actually, yeah, it's aluminum and glass, right?
Aluminum.
What's the problem? Say it right, Lewis.
Yeah, great.
Whoa.
No.
Sorry.
Do we have a situation? Do we need to alert the authorities?
I almost just made myself infertile. Yeah. So I repositioned my chair. There you go. And I
Oh,
accidentally moved it, and it touched the down arrow on my desk control, and so my desk started going down. And as it was going down, the arm pad got stuck under the desk. And it was like pressed into it, so I couldn't get it out. And I was like, "This thing, you're literally gonna see me get squashed live on air. I'm gonna lose my legs right live on air right now."
wow. The dangers of the
Wow.
standing
I can't
desk.
believe that just happened. I think it has a minimum level setting, so that might have saved me. But
It probably isn't designed to cut off legs.
well, they may not have considered that. They're like, what if someone accidentally presses and holds it and doesn't let go, and you guys see me lose my lower torso live on air? But think of the clicks, Lewis. Think of the clicks.
Oh man, that would definitely be a hit.
Yeah, that would rocket us to the top. It might be worth it.
If it bleeds, it leads.
All right. Excuse me. Let's move on. Let's talk about, I think, what might be one of Apple's best Macs of all time, the perfect computer for most people, and something I didn't think that we would see for a while. This is the upcoming 15.5 inch. I don't know where that 0.5 came from. 15.5 inch MacBook Air. And according to a very reliable analyst, it's going to be incoming in the next couple of months. And if it does, I might actually have to buy one of these because it really, I think, is going to be the perfect machine for most people. So this is the 15.5 inch MacBook Air. Yes, Lewis, you're grimacing.
Didn't you just buy a MacBook Pro?
That was last year, Lewis.
Wow.
But this wouldn't be for me. It'd be for my beloved wife.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. I mean, I don't need two laptops, but she has the MacBook Air. I forget the year, maybe 2020, but it's the one with the butterfly keyboard, and that thing is a nightmare. I'm like, we got to get rid of this and sell it before it has the problem again, because I would be shocked if it didn't. We've already had it repaired twice. Lewis, did I just lose you? I think we just lost Lewis, my friends. He just disconnected. So it's a good thing we're doing one of my stories here. We can give Lewis some time to rejoin. Look at that expression that he has on his face, though. It looks like he just fell asleep, which might be what happened. Maybe that's what happened.
Oh.
You there, Lewis?
Yeah, I
You're
was
back. Welcome back.
Hey.
No,
Dead
looks like
silence, and then you stopped.
Yeah, you're back. Your face froze in a very peaceful expression. Looks like you just fell asleep.
Imagine the luck. So I don't know if maybe the internet crapped out. I don't know. It crapped out the other day.
Yeah, San Francisco internet.
So reliable here in this backwoods city known as San Francisco.
You really should move someplace more populated, Lewis.
Someplace with some technology.
Maybe then you can get some decent internet. The 15.5 inch MacBook Air could arrive in April, and I would love to see that happen. A supersized MacBook Air is supposedly right around the corner. An analyst who's built a solid reputation for accurately predicting Apple products says the next macOS notebook will be out in 6 weeks or so. And I think that I think that Ross Young, who's the analyst we're talking about, he has like a 95% accuracy rate. Like, I forget what the exact number is, but it's very high. So, continuing the story here, to make sure the MacBook Air doesn't get too bulky, Apple has kept the screen size down, but apparently it thinks that that's no longer necessary and is prepping the largest version yet. Considering how svelte, good word, the 16-inch MacBook Pro is, there's no reason to expect a 15.5-inch Air to be a behemoth. Although I will say, Lewis, the new 16-inch MacBook Pro, did we lose you again? We lost him again. But this time his facial expression is one of doubt. What'd you call that facial expression there, chat? Oh, he's back. Welcome back, Lewis.
Oh my God!
This time it was one of doubt, Lewis. You were just like that.
This is really odd.
Yeah.
I don't know what to do. I don't know.
It's probably just your internet, your ISP. I'm not going to worry about it. As long as you come back.
And I wonder, Maybe I should call Comcast and talk to one of their excellent customer service representatives.
Oh, I'm sure that will fix the problem. Absolutely.
Sure.
Absolutely. Let's see here. Going on with the story. The 15.5-inch MacBook Air has started panel production this month. Ross Young said on a Twitter post, only available to his super followers. What? He has people
Super
paying,
followers.
he has people paying him for his Twitter posts? I didn't even know that was a thing. Man, I could make tens of dollars a month if I turned that on. Oh, we lost Lewis again. Let's see here. Although this is the most specific time frame we've seen for its release, Ross Young. Let's see here. Young's report is far from the first we've heard of the product. Oh, yeah, that's right. We've had reports from Bloomberg. We had Ming-Chi Kuo report on this as well. Welcome back, Lewis. And I love how the story says it may have an M2 in it. And I'm like, it's all but certain to have an M2. The new MacBook Air has an M2, and this is going to be a more premium version of the MacBook Air, so there's no way it's not going to have an M2. So you have the power and efficiency and the battery life of the M2 mixed with a 15-inch, almost a 16-inch display for the MacBook Air. That is going to be the most perfect computer for most people. I mean, honestly, if I had to redo my setup, no, I'd still stick with the MacBook Pro because it is nice to have the editing portability. But I would consider going with a new Mac Mini, an M2 Mac Mini, because in many tests that thing outperforms the M1 MacBook Pro. Not in some GPU tests, since the M1 Max has so many more GPU cores, but it beats it in most tests other than that. But and then get the MacBook Air for just like portable computing, since that thing is going to have such a big screen. It's going to be like perfect for travel.
What's the price going to be?
Well, the new MacBook Pro is, or MacBook Air, excuse me, I think is $11.99.
Yes,
it is. Okay, so I'm gonna go with $13.99. What do you think?
I don't know. The one with the the current one with the 512 gigabyte SSD is $14.99.
Okay,
so
this will be maybe
$11.99, $14.99. I don't know. You think it'll be? Yeah, maybe maybe you're right. Maybe it'll be cheaper than that.
Well, hold on a second. Let's go to buy. Here's how we can figure this out. It's going to be the most premium model. You already know that. They're not going to offer this thing at a budget price with and less than top specs. They're going to say if you want the 15-inch, then you need to pay for all the specs. So actually, now I might go higher. Well, you can get an M2 10-core GPU, 10-core CPU for $11.99 and 256 gigabytes of SSD. So I could still see it being $14.99, but it will have like a 256 SSD, right? But it's going to be $14.99 or maybe $15.99. So somewhere in that price range.
Okay.
I ticked it up a little bit because I didn't think about the specs. They're not going to allow you to buy this thing with less than mid to top tier specs.
You think?
Yeah. Level Remix is saying $1,600. Oh, what if they offered an M2 Pro option? Wow. Now that would be interesting. That would be an interesting addition, and I could totally see them doing that.
Then what's to separate it from the MacBook Pro?
The GPU performance.
Ports.
And screen. Because the MacBook Pro, well, the 16-inch, actually I think all of them. Yeah, all of them have the improved screens with I forget how many dimming zones they have, but it's like, tons of different local dimming zones so that you get like really great contrast ratio. And I doubt the MacBook Air will have that.
I see.
So it's going to be like a MacBook Pro Lite.
Jeez.
Max.
aka MacBook Air
A MacBook
Ultra.
Pro Lite Max. Ultra. Yeah, but exciting. It's one of the most hotly anticipated Macs in my opinion, and one that I would probably try to talk my wife into getting. I don't know if she wants a bigger computer. She's weird. Like for me, I'm always like the bigger the better. The bigger the screen, the better. Make it. I miss the days of the 17-inch MacBook Pro or the 17-inch PowerBook. But I asked her if she wanted a bigger computer, and she was like, "No, this is fine." And I was like, "Really? The screen's like so small." I think she used to have the 12-inch MacBook Air. I mean, that thing was, you could barely see it. It was like a netbook. Remember netbooks?
Oh yeah, what a great term.
So I'll have to figure out how to talk her into that. All right, Lewis, we got 15 minutes left. Do you want to do the?
Gosh.
We gotta power through these stories. Do you want to do the giveaway real fast?
Yeah. So this is not live on the site yet, but it will be later today or tomorrow. We're giving away this week 5
Oh,
360 rotating universal tablet stand. That's an odd name. 360 rotating universal tablet stand from Lulu Look.
okay.
Lulu Look. I always have a hard time saying the name. This thing's made of aluminum with a heavy duty base. It's very stable, supposedly. I haven't actually used one, but they look kind of interesting and cool.
It looks like a music stand to me.
Yeah, it does. It's got those perforations.
But
It makes it look
it's like a modern desktop version of a music stand that you can use for your devices.
yeah, and it's
That's pretty handy.
adjustable height. Get it, perfect angle for whatever you're doing. One thing I really like about it is it's foldable, so you can slip it in a backpack or store it away. Comes in space gray or silver. I don't know for sure which color or colors we're giving away, or if there'll be an option. But anyway, it's going to go for $39.99 if you decide to buy one. But what I would do is I would go to the Cult of Mac.
Yeah, I was just going to say, I'm showing the Lulu Look website right now, but this is going to be a giveaway on Cult of Mac.
I would just scroll down on that homepage of Cult of Mac to the area where it says giveaway, and I would click that, and I would enter the giveaway.
So this is where the giveaway is going to go. You can see right now it's still the Orbit Universal Magnetic Stand, which looks like a cool device, and you can still enter to win this.
No, you cannot.
Oh, is it closed?
That one's over.
Okay, that one's over. So it will replace this giveaway right here once we have it up, which will hopefully be soon, Lewis.
We're working on it. Anyway, so that's
hopefully by the time you hear this, it will be on cultivac.com.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed.
Should be fun. It looks like a good thing. I've never used this particular product, but it looks like a good thing. And I would like to have something like that to use, like, for instance, when I'm using a recipe website, right? I mean, that's when I use my iPad the most and wish I had a better stand. I've got one of those floppy smart covers or whatever they're called. I can't even remember what it's called. But, yeah, it's like kind of the older it gets, the less stable it feels. It's one of those kind of ones that folds into a triangle and holds it up. You know what I mean?
Man, yeah, I have one of those too. I bought it's called the Smart Folio, isn't it?
I can't remember.
I bought one of those. It was a knockoff on eBay for like $18, and that thing is a champ. I mean, my iPad is from 2019. I have the 2019 iPad Pro. So it's lasted for 4 years. And I haven't traveled with it. I think traveling with it is often really hard on your case. But I use it every single day, and I use it to prop my iPad up so I can watch it, and it still works great. Huh. So I just lucked out and got like a really great knockoff product. But eventually,
mine's supposedly made by Apple, but could be a knockoff.
Unfortunately, these days, I feel like that doesn't necessarily mean much. Like, a lot of people have been complaining about the Apple leather cases for iPhones. Like, if you read the reviews on the leather cases, like the MagSafe cases, a lot of people say that they're just not made very well anymore and that they fall apart really easily.
And they're not cheap.
Right. I mean, and they have like all the different accessories and stuff, and people complain that the accessories fall off. Like, I just got like this iPhone wallet.
Yeah.
Although I think I'm going to return it. But they liquidate these kinds of things all the time, like the carriers do. I bought this MagSafe leather wallet for $22.
Hmm.
It's
What
brand new.
color is that?
It's Arizona. You want it?
Arizona.
And I was like, is that brown? And then I got it, and I was like, oh, it looks like red clay. Should I pull it out? Do you want it, Lewis? I was going to return it because I'm like, I don't think I'm going to use this. It's a little bit too red.
I don't know that that's going to go with my current phone setup.
No? Okay, well.
Is that the one that has Find My built in?
I don't know if any of them have Find My built in.
I think some of them do.
I think that people I could be wrong about this. It has happened. But I think that they will trigger Find My if they come off your case or if they come off your phone.
I'm reading right now, Apple Leather Wallet with MagSafe for iPhone, now with Find My support.
But what does that mean? Does that mean that you can use Find My to actually find it? Or does it mean that your phone will let you know if it disconnects from the wallet? It's like the left behind feature, you know? I feel like that's what it means.
I thought for sure it was the like it basically has an AirTag built into it.
I hope so. If they had something like that, I would actually probably spring to buy that, because the reason I have this is because I lost my friggin' wallet.
Oh, jeez.
And which is why my HomePod delivery was late, because Apple. So I placed the order weeks ago, and then when Apple tried to ship it to me, that's when they go to charge your card, and the card declined because my credit card had been reported lost. So I was like, you got to be kidding me. So it screwed up my whole review schedule. I was planning on having the review out the weekend I got the HomePods, but then I never got them.
The great HomePod disaster of 2023.
So I'm trying to like find time to. I had my whole schedule cleared so I could make this review. Anyway, so I lost my wallet, and I'm like, I know it's somewhere in my house because no one has tried to use my credit cards. So I must have just done something absentmindedly with my credit cards or with my wallet, and I can't find it. And it would just be a lifesaver to have Find My built into a wallet. I mean, I've already used it on my keys several times. Although it's not perfect. Sometimes when you try to activate it, if your AirTag isn't near an Apple device, it doesn't know where the device or where the AirTag is. So it's useful, but it's not perfect for sure. But it's better than nothing, because I could have used it to reclaim my wallet, which I'm sure I'll find in the next 6 months once I've replaced everything in it, you know. But I had some gift cards that I can't replace. I had a picture of Judy E. Heath, Alex's mom. There's just some stuff in there that has sentimental value that I don't want to, lose forever. Let's see here. Lewis, we're almost out of time.
Oh, dear. So better hurry up. Better pick up the pace.
Let's cruise through these last stories. This is the biggest one on the site this week.
Yeah.
And when I saw this, I had a good chuckle because I didn't realize this was a possibility. I thought maybe you guys are trying to troll me. But indeed, this is real. If you have a MagSafe cable, you got to update the software.
Yeah. Yeah. I love this headline written by Griffin, who wrote the post. Don't forget to update the software on your MagSafe cable.
I mean, who knew? And it's just so classically Apple that there's software running on your cable that you have to actually update.
Yeah, they released it this week. I think it was Tuesday, not exactly sure. USB-C to MagSafe 3 cable comes with a tiny computer inside of it. Needs software updates for some crazy reason. And so the good news is that updating is easy. I love this. First, attach the MagSafe connector. That would be the side of the cable that's magnetic into your MacBook.
Where do I put it, Lewis?
Next, plug the USB-C side of the cable into the power adapter. Then go ahead and plug the power adapter into the wall for good measure, and it'll update by itself.
I hate that you can't just force the update. You know what I mean? It's like, dude, I just wish there were certain things Apple let us control. Updates being one of them, even for stuff as silly as this. And then also, and like AirPods, right? And then also, I wish I could tell Apple my schedule so that it would optimize my phone charge based on my schedule and not try to quote unquote figure it out for me. Because then if you change it one day, it freaks out. It doesn't know what's going on anymore. It's like, let me just tell you, I want to have my phone fully charged by 7:30 a.m. And whatever you need to do that, that's what I want. But if it's plugged in, you can leave it at 80% all night, and then an hour before 7:30 a.m., top it off. Don't try to figure it out for me because you're
Isn't
not
that
good
what
at
it
doing
does?
that. What?
Isn't that what it does?
Well, the charge right now, it's based off some algorithm that Apple has. So it will try to figure out when you're going to get up or when you're going to need the device and then top it up before that. But for someone who doesn't have a regular schedule and gets up at different times or uses their phone at different times, it doesn't know. It can never figure it out. So like my AirPods, I have that stupid optimized battery charge thing on my AirPods, and every night I go to use them, they're dead because it doesn't know. It doesn't know that. Anyway, so
I
there's
didn't even know it had that on AirPods.
Yeah, the AirPods have it too. And then they also updated the MagSafe Duo. Let's see here. Is it in here? Oh yeah. This just cracked me up. I have the MagSafe Duo. It's the charger that has that charges an iPhone and a Apple Watch at the same time. It was a great idea, but it wasn't executed right, and Griffin just tears it apart. I was like, I actually couldn't believe how hard he went after it, because Griffin doesn't seem the type of guy who would want to face off against TC in a dark alley, which might be what happens next. But he goes on to say Apple also released a firmware update for the MagSafe Duo, a ridiculous, overpriced, slow charger with a stupid, flimsy design that doesn't even fit Apple's own iPhone 14 Pro or Apple Watch Ultra. Now, hold on there, Griffin. You need to get this kid under control, Lewis. I blame you for this. I have the Apple Watch Ultra. I have the MagSafe Duo. It works perfectly.
Does it?
Yes. There's absolutely no problem whatsoever. You put it on there, and it charges. And it charges pretty fast. I mean, it
Wouldn't have to have a word with Griffin.
it's not as fast as the native charger that comes with the Apple Watch Ultra, the USB-C charger. But the MagSafe Duo works fine. It's what I take when I travel to charge my Apple Watch. So you better get out that cattle prod and give him a couple zaps for that one, okay?
I thought that it didn't fit it or something.
That's what everyone keeps saying. It fits it perfectly.
Even in a nightstand mode?
Yeah, it works fine. It
Really?
works fine. Now, what I don't like is it's not very fast if you place both an Apple Watch and a iPhone on the charger. Then it takes longer, but that's understandable. And also, I have a wonky case, so it doesn't really latch on to my iPhone because of this case that I have on, but that's my fault. Other than that, I think it's a great product. It works great. I mean, the flimsy design, I'm like, what? Like, in what way is it flimsy? Have there been stories of it breaking? Because mine works perfectly right now.
I don't think it breaks. I think it just doesn't feel particularly robust.
Mine feels pretty solid. So
it has don't you like when you bend it? Doesn't it kind of have the feeling of something that's going to like
snap
come
eventually?
apart?
I really don't. I feel like the connection between the two charging pads is actually quite robust and solid. Like I don't see it breaking or wearing down anytime soon. So I paid $100 for mine. I wouldn't buy it full price. It goes on sale all the time, and it works great. So I don't know, but I got to be walking out the door here in 1 minute. So let's wrap up with this one story. If you're wondering what Johnny Ive is up to, he's still working, and now he's working for the king himself. This is Johnny Ive's newest creation. This is a logo. Who knew that Johnny Ive was going to be a logo designer in his retirement years? But he is. King Charles coronation logo created by iPhone designer. Did you know King Charles is about to be coronated, Lewis? I bet you didn't even know that.
You know, I did
you?
because I saw this story.
Okay, but other than that, you didn't know. I didn't know either. Because hasn't he been lined up to be king for like a year now?
Yeah, how long has it been?
Yeah, it's been.
It takes a while, you know. You got to get the crown just fitted exactly right.
So look at that. There's a logo designed by Johnny Ive. It says King Charles III, 6th of May, 2023, coronation. It's very beautiful, very floral. It was created by Sir Johnny Ive. Let's see here. This is more of a traditional image with flowers forming the shape of St. Edward's crown used in the coronation. The floral design highlights the optimism of spring and reflects the king's love of nature, says Sir Johnny Ive.
I can hear his voice saying those words
very slowly and in the V-neck. Lewis, I can't do any more. I got to be walking out the door. So
We don't even get to talk about this
no, we can't.
lackluster
I got to
design.
go ahead and hit the music button. You got to see these buns walking out the door in 2 minutes. So I got to say to my friends, this has been the CultCast, the best 30-plus minute Apple conversation you're going to hear all week long. New episodes of the CultCast come out every Thursday night. Oh, wait. Well, thank everyone for listening. I'm all screwed up. I'm all turned around. The party continues on Twitter. I'm at Airphone. ERF. This is at Lewis Falls. This has been the CultCast, the best 30-plus minute Apple conversation you're going to hear all week long. I want to thank everyone for listening and for watching live and for listening to me make mistake after mistake this episode. And we'll see you guys next time. It's not just me, Lewis. It's not just me. Your internet kept quitting. You quit this show like 3 times today.
I'm so sorry.
I only quit once. Oh yeah. People know me as the HomePod guy. I proudly own that title. And I got some HomePod videos on the way. So stay tuned for those.
Cannot wait.
You gonna watch them, Lewis?
Oh, man. On the big screen.
Bye, y'all.